Hello and welcome to the Kerry Garden Show. Alan Finn here, back with you again in Boyles of Killorglin for another 15 minutes of great gardening knowledge. And joining me this week, as all, is our local gardening expert and the manager here of the garden centre, Miguel. Miguel, how are we?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good, good, good. We're surrounded by roses here.
Yes.
It's like the Rose of Tralee was just on last week, huh? It's like perfect timing.
They're rose from Spain. They are all from Spain.
Oh, are they from?
Yeah, I brought them personally.
Personally, did you? Okay.
2000.
Listen, the reason we're going to talk about roses this week is we're basically talking about the life cycle of the rose. What we've been done, we've had a few shows over the year where we've talked about the different stages, and now we're coming to the end of the flowering for most of them. But you want to talk about what important things people should be looking at and looking for at the moment with their roses.
Yes. This is, I think, is our third show in the roses. Hopefully the last one.
Yeah.
You can smell the scent of them. It's wonderful. They are wonderful plants. We have here hybrid teas, Floribunda, and flower carpet. You know, they all behave differently. We have talked about that. Again, reinforce, feeding. Roses are very hungry plants, very hungry. See the dark color of the leaves they have. We feed them every week. Every week. Okay.
And that's the sign of a good,
that's
healthy
the sign
rose.
of the flower. The flowering has been spectacular. The leaves are very healthy. But if you keep them in pots and you stop feeding them for a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, the leaves will be yellowing just
very
instantly.
quickly.
They are very, very hungry plants.
Yeah.
So we feed them weekly.
And it's what we talked about before. The plant will tell you.
Exactly.
That's the plant telling
exactly.
you.
You can see it. Even if you're a radio person, you're not, I don't know, maybe you have a very green
well,
fingers.
you know, we've been doing this for a while. You know, doing this for a while.
Your
But you
fingers
can,
are getting greener, no?
You can
but
see there.
That's it.
That's a
That's no
half.
leaf, but see the upper ones.
The upper ones are fine. They're lovely and rich and
Exactly.
green. Yeah.
So you have to feed them constantly.
So this is the thing, though, Miguel, and this is what people are kind of thinking. They're going, right, oh, my rose, like this one here, it's a hybrid tea, and the flower is gone from it. So I don't need to feed this anymore, do I? That's what people are kind of thinking.
Well,
and is that a mistake that people make?
It actually is. It's a few mistakes normally in rose management. It's just like all the plants, just thinking that the soil is rich enough, and that's normally true for a couple of years, sorry. Then again, the roots have absorbed all the nutrients around, and yet your soil that has no plants in, it can be very rich, but where the plants are established, can be very poor.
They've drained, essentially they've drained all the nutrients out of the soil.
All the nutrients out of the soil, and it's not a zero nutrient soil, but they get what they need. What they left is that what they cannot absorb or what they don't need. So you have to supplement. Roses always garden. So it's normal that it's very common that someone comes and says, my rose was flowering very nice when I transplanted, flowering very nice or a little bit less the second year. No, it has no flowers or just scattered flowers.
Okay.
Feed them. Feed them now. Feed them now. Feed them tomorrow.
Keep feeding them.
Feeding
Keep feeding them. Okay.
Now, when they go dormant, you can just leave them, or you can just start top dressing them with farmyard manure in winter.
Okay.
That will start dripping nutrients, that they will be in the soil,
Ready,
available,
ready for
when
next
they
time
start.
when they need it. Okay.
You can do it in late winter as well. You can do it in early autumn and late winter too.
Okay.
Twice.
Yeah.
In roses, they will take it. Now, right now, depending on the plant, normally flower carpet or ground cover roses, they should be about to finish.
Yeah, you can see the one there now in front of you. It's a lovely kind of red and yellow petals, but the petals are all
they are
falling
nearly
off.
gone, and
Yeah.
you won't see any more buds here.
There's
Well,
no
you'll
more
see,
buds.
and you'll have a few more,
Yeah.
but it's not going to be a spectacle. Well, probably if you have white ones, they still have a few more weeks more than red or yellow. That's the flower
carpet
carpet.
roses, okay.
Hybrid teas,
Yep.
depending on the variety, You could have a few more flowers as well.
Like the one here just beside me here, it looks
just
like that
young.
it's actually not, the rose hasn't actually been long out at all.
No.
But I see that there is no other buds on the plant, so
And you can
these
see
are probably
one,
the last
maybe two more, so you will have a few flowers. Maybe in this one you can see a few of them.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually only one.
No,
two.
yeah, just the one or two, yeah.
But it's not gonna be. Now they're going down. Call
Yeah.
it this way.
Yeah.
So you'll have more flowers, but you won't have a full bloom. Doesn't mean that you have to stop feeding.
Okay, and that's the
have to
key
know that.
point I wanted to say.
Now
Yeah.
we go to Floribunda. Floribunda, they will still have plenty of
Now
flowers.
that's, and again, you want to talk about the advantages of Floribunda. When I saw that one over there, you have beside you, which is a beautiful, lovely pink and kind of a purplish tinge to it.
Yeah.
There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's about
There's a lot of
15
trees.
buds on the
Yes.
top of that, and they will still
So
flower.
that will still be doing you for a month or month and a half. It also depends on the weather.
Yeah.
Depends on the position of the plant, the sun,
Mm-hmm.
the shade, the wind. So it's not written in stone.
Yeah, as what always happens, as the weather dictates, it'll dictate the growing conditions of them. If we have a late sun in the autumn,
You could have a few more
you can
flowers.
have a few more flowers.
Now, hybrid teas, as you know, Floribundas and flower carpet have different prunings.
Okay.
So you're gonna clean deadhead flowers in Floribunda and hybrid teas, and that will promote more flowers.
Okay.
While flower carpets, you probably all know, we have gone through that in previous shows. You don't need to prune them if you don't want.
Okay.
And if you want, you don't need to be very gentle.
Okay,
Like
so
with the other ones, you can
though
just
everyone
go-
listening on the radio now has not seen what
nice
you've done. He
shears.
dropped his little snippers and has now got the big shears out. So, are we talking the fact that the carpet rose is one that we will actually go back harder than the other ones?
No.
No.
What you're gonna do with those fellas is keep the shape. So you don't want the flower carpet to be 1 meter tall.
Okay.
You want to be
Small,
covering.
small and bushy.
So what you're gonna do is when you finish flowering or when you consider, just go with the shears and prune it at the height you want.
Okay.
Mhm. You don't need to be especially picky, like in the hybrid teas, going to a really very nice bud under and blah blah. That just go and trim the height you want.
Okay. Oh my God, he is literally
See?
just decapitated.
And that's it. See, that's
Yeah.
all you need.
Okay.
So you want this height, you cut it this height, they will grow.
They will be fine.
As a
yeah.
flower carpet.
So you cut them that high, you keep feeding them, and that will hopefully then
feeding.
keep the nutrients then for the next
For the
flowering.
next.
Yeah.
While if you go, well, this in case is a ground cover.
Yeah.
But if you go to a hybrid tea,
Okay.
you go the usual, go to the second bud,
Second stem.
and
Okay.
take it out. That
Yeah.
will. I'm not very sure, but my guess is that tea is the plant. They want to reproduce themselves. They want to spread their seeds. And if you cut the flowers without the seeds spreading,
Yeah.
they are gonna produce more flowers to try to reproduce themselves.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
Right? They obviously they start secreting hormones when you do that.
Wow.
Animals. So what they do is increase the flowering because they just want to reproduce. They know their cycle
their
is going,
purpose.
and their purpose in life is getting more of them, more roses. And now they're gonna. We still have a few times. Don't be in a rush. So don't be pruning hard now. Prune hard late winter, early winter, whenever you want. But when they are dormant, okay?
Yeah.
Please don't forget that there is still a cycle in them. They're going down, but they're still alive, and well, not alive. They're always alive, but they're still awake.
Yeah.
And they still need food, and they still need a little bit of care.
Yeah.
So if we have a decent winter and we go and clean this dead row, well, this one is not dead yet. You'll have 1, 2. You could have 1 or 2 or 3 more flowers this year because they are sprouting.
Even this year, yeah.
They are sprouting.
Yeah.
So if we have a mild September, you could have a few flowers in hybrid teas. You could have maybe more in Floribunda, again, depending on the varieties. But definitely, flower carpets are going down. Well, they are all going down. There's not as spectacular as before, but you can keep them a little bit longer if you feed them.
Yeah.
Give them some potash.
Yeah, so we have the usual suspects are out here in front. We've got our rose feed, we have our seaweed as well too, and we have the potash, and we have the all-purpose boost.
The boost will be in case you haven't been feeding them for a while.
Okay.
Give them a couple of shots of boost.
Yeah.
And then you can go regularly. Seaweeds, as we have talked about, what it does is increases the availability of nutrients. So what it does is the roots have more access when you add seaweed.
Okay.
It has a little bit of nutrients, but actually it works very well. It's kind of symbiosis with the plant and the soil, and increases the
biodiversity of the soil,
exactly,
and everything
because
like that.
it's some of the nutrients that are there, but they are not available to the plant because they are in different formulas.
Yeah. Okay.
That is very good for flowering in any plant. Very good. Be careful. Follow the instructions.
Yeah.
Don't go mad with
And
this.
that's what I mean. Like at this time of year, is it still okay to to add that sort of stuff? It's just
still all right. It's still all right. Well, it depending on the health of your plants. We won't be doing it because our plants are healthy. They have plenty of buds. We actually are feeding them foliarly because we cannot feed them on the ground because we have too many.
Yeah.
So we go with the knapsack and foliar food, and we spray them. You can try that as well. Not all the. Basically, we buy a bag of this foliar feed. Is not something we sell. It's more professional.
Okay.
But you can do. It's just not the same. You don't have 2,000 pots.
No, you don't have a lot. Yeah. God forbid anyone who does. Yeah, but
So
okay, so that's more of on a bigger level.
Yeah.
Now, do people have to worry about and I know we've talked about it before with different plants, keeping an eye out for any disease that could be there, because the one thing you don't want is for the disease to stay and to fester, and then, as you said, it could either rot the plant or make sure that it doesn't flower next year.
So again, we talk about roses plenty of time, and I'm probably
They get
repeating
everything.
myself.
They get everything.
And they get everything.
Yeah.
Everything. No matter what you do, they get everything. See, this one has a couple of holes. My beloved caterpillars are around.
Your friends, you missed a few.
Yeah, and it starts with some mildew again, even if we treat it a few days ago against fungus.
Yeah.
Because we are under a canopy and it's humid and hot, they get fungus easily. They get everything, and it's better preventing rather than curing.
Yeah.
So black spot, rust, even if you treat it, that's something people maybe don't know. If you treat rust or black spot or brown spot in roses, the leaves they won't change. The leaves that are affected, they won't come back to green. They will keep their spots even if the fungus is dead. That leaf is going to remain like that. Okay. Ornamentally is not nice, but the leaf is healthy.
Okay.
So
just be careful not to
disappear.
Yeah.
If you treat against mildew, the powdery mildew disappears. You don't see it anymore. You don't see that.
Yeah, but the black spot and brown spot stays there.
It remains in the leaf.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it's active.
Exactly.
Okay, right. Because would most people then just start taking off all those leaves, and then it loses the ability to convert the sun's energy?
The thing is that the fungus is not only on the leaves. It's attacking the leaves, but it's in the system.
All right.
So if you take the leaves out, it will be more in the new leaves.
And is that a case then for a hard pruning?
No. Not now. And even if it's widely infected, you don't need to hard prune it now.
Okay.
It's counterproductive.
Okay. And when would you possibly?
January.
Okay.
November, December, January, February.
Okay. So right in the winter months.
Winter. When they are dormant.
Yeah.
Transplanting them when they are dormant. Pruning them when they are dormant.
Okay.
You don't hurt them.
Yeah. We need to look after our roses. As I said, we've said it many times. They are hungry. They need a lot of attention. Some people can possibly get frustrated with them and just want the beautiful and the nice smell. But there are plenty of rose aficionados out there who are listening to the show, going, "Yeah, I told you so," and they all say that they know, and they put in the time and they put in the effort, and it really shows.
And it's a beauty.
They give the love back.
I wasn't a very big fan of them till last year. So when
Yeah.
I started,
As you're getting older, Miguel.
yeah, and they're getting more tender.
You're appreciating the beauty of them as you get older. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's just a world inside plants world. And next year you'll see we're gonna bring.
Oh, it's going to be even more.
Yes, we're
More
gonna bring
colours?
different varieties.
Oh.
We are gonna try to bring them all highly scented.
Okay.
Because it's when you see a very beautiful rose,
Yeah.
and you smell it and it doesn't
The
smell.
Floribunda
something
is
missing.
it is
That
it gives
just-
it a nice little
Yeah.
it basically gives everyone a lovely feeling.
and
so
it's just
great.
so many different shapes, so many different colors,
Yeah.
different shades of colors, and
Yeah.
it's just wonderful. I am getting in love.
You're
with it.
converted. You're
Yeah.
converted, and hopefully we've obviously given a lot of information. As you said, it's our third show of the year, but dedicating shows to roses is definitely worth it. It's just like the time that it
Yes.
needs.
Yes, and actually, I would love having a rose garden.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I think
it's a
there's
pain.
I think
It's
there's
a
a song
pain.
about that.
So
Lynn
it's a little bit
Anderson, I
painful.
think she was actually singing about a rose garden.
Yeah.
So listen, Miguel, that's great. So it is important for all these tips to be taken up to make sure that come springtime next year, if you do all the right steps now,
Exactly.
look after them, keep feeding them until they go completely dormant, and then look out for black spot and any disease that hopefully then will prevent anything from flowering next year. And then when we come back in the spring, we'll be talking about the first
Exactly.
cycle all over again.
Exactly, and don't forget that they need a little bit of care. They
Little bit of
cannot be
care.
left alone. Okay, and then
Don't
you
forget,
have
they're
a-
like you're like your children.
Oh, it's just I am taking pictures constantly lately of them, and it's amazing their regularity of the shape. Just this Fibonacci number that they
It's
do,
like a
perfect.
different identity.
Yeah,
every time.
and they change by the day when they start opening, to when they are open, and it's just I can understand now how people spend their entire life in this, just trying to select a new varieties
Yeah.
and these things, you know,
Yeah,
because it's
okay.
hybriding or
Exactly.
because the colors is now most of the super cool ones are gone, but they were dark blue, kind of blackish, reddish, very spectacular color. The shapes with very, very, very nice.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just come over here. Next year you'll have probably the best selection of roses in our.
Well, there is a promise. You heard it here from Miguel at Boyles. Miguel, thanks very much for all your tips and advice, and hopefully all our rose aficionados out there will appreciate all of what you've given today. That's it for this week here on the Kerry Garden Show. Hopefully you got something good from it. Thanks to Miguel and everyone here at Boyles. Until next time, happy gardening.
Happy gardening.